Hello students, I am Mala N, biology faculty. Today I am going to discuss about plant tissues. Learning objectives are tissue, plant tissues, classification of plant tissues, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Coming to the tissue. What is a tissue? Tissue is a group of cells having similar origin, structure and function. Most plants and animals possess a tissue system. Means the group of cells together form the tissue, right? So here in plants and animals they possess a tissue system. For example, in plants, the conducting tissue, as the name itself tells that conducting means it conducts water upwards from the soil to the other parts. Why water is essential for the plants? Water is essential for the plants to prepare food, that is, it is required for the photosynthesis process. It is done by the help of conducting tissues in plants. Coming to animals, in animals, the muscular tissue made up of muscle cells brings about movement. The movement in the plant animals is because of the muscular tissue, which is made up of muscle cells. Let us begin with the plant tissues. Plants are stationary or fixed. Means they don't move. Means locomotion is not seen in the plants, but movement of parts of or organs of our plants can be seen here. Most of the tissues they have supportive, which provides them with structural sense. Plants grow upwards, right? When the plant is growing upward, the support is required to grow upward. It is given by the tissues. Most of these tissues are dead, since dead cells can provide mechanical strength to the plants. Types of plant tissues. Plant tissues are categorized into two types. They are meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Let us learn about these meristematic tissues and permanent tissues in detail. Meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue is also known as meristem, and this tissue is derived from the Greek word that is meristos, means divided, found at all growing points of a plant, such as tips of roots, stems and branches. Wherever the growing point are there in a plant, there you can see the meristematic tissue which help in growth. It also present between the bark and the wood of trees, where it leads to growth in diameter in the stem. Okay, for the stem development in the diameter, this meristematic tissue will place an important role. Here, the characteristics of meristematic tissues are: cells are small, thin wall. The wall is very thin, arranged compactly, without intercellular spaces. In between the space is very less, they are compactly arranged. Cells are usually cubical. They are immature and capable of dividing indefinitely. It has large nucleus and dense cytoplasm. Next, we'll move on to classification of meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissues are classified into three types based on the position in the plant body: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem. You can see the diagram here. This is the diagrammatic representation of meristematic tissue. This is the apical meristem. This apical meristem is present at the tip of stem, root and branches. You can see the intercalary meristem. This intercalary meristem is present at the base of leaf. At the base, you can see a base of leaves and in between the nodes, that is internodes. Lateral meristem. Lateral meristem present in the sides of the stems and root, which help in the girth of the stem or roots. You can see here it is present in the sides. Let us learn in detail. apical meristem or terminal meristem, present at the tip of stem, root and branches. They help in growth of stems and roots. Second, lateral meristem. These tissues are present in the sides of stems and roots. They help to increase the girth of stems and roots. Intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem are present at the base of leaves and internodes, means in between the nodes. They help in growth of branches and leaves. So this meristematic tissue is seen in the growth part, means it is present in the point where the growth can be seen, like stem, leaves, roots. Okay, helps in the growth. Next tissue is permanent tissues. These tissues are formed from the meristematic tissue. They do not divide and have permanent shape and size. Yes, they do not divide, they have a permanent shape and size. They may be living or dead. When we say that the tissue is living is when the cell contain nucleus. When the cell may be present, then the tissue is living. If the nucleus is absent, then the tissue is dead. So the permanent tissue may be living or dead. Nucleus may be present or absent. Here permanent tissues are classified into two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Let us learn in detail. Simple permanent tissue, as a word tells that simple means made up of single type of cell. This simple permanent tissue consisting only a single type of cell. Here the simple permanent tissue are classified into three types, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Let us learn in detail. Here you can see the points related to parenchyma. Parenchyma cells are simple. They are living tissue and storage tissue. Okay, the food is prepared by the plant is stored in this parenchyma. So it is a storage tissue present in all regions of plant. You can see in all regions like root, stem, leaf. Okay, it present in all regions of plant. Then you can see the diagram here, diagrammatic representation of parenchyma, usually spherical in shape, polygonal and elongated or oval in shape, generally isodiametric. Here you can see the cells have thin walls and made up of cellulose. Here cells are loosely packed or you can see more intercellular spaces. Only sometimes it is closely packed. Next is collenchyma. Collenchyma is a simple tissue and it is a living tissue and it helps in mechanical function strength. So it is mechanical tissue present only in shoot system, absent in root system. Here this collenchyma present only in the shoot system. Cells are elongated. You can see the diagram here, diagram of collenchyma. Cells are elongated, cell wall unevenly thickened, cell wall made up of cellulose and pectin. Next, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is a simple tissue and dead tissue and helps in mechanical strength. So it is a mechanical tissue and helps in protection. So it is protective. Present in all regions of plant. Especially it is present in fruit wall and seed coat. Here you can see the diagrammatic representation of sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma have thick cell wall composed of a two wall, that is primary wall and secondary wall. Primary wall is made up of cellulose. Secondary wall is made up of hard polysaccharide called lignin. Because of this lignification, the sclerenchyma cells lose their living characteristics. So they are dead tissue. Hence, cytoplasm, nucleus and cell organelles are absent at maturity. This is what about the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Let us move on to the complex permanent tissue. Here as the word tells that complex means it is made up of more than one type of cells. Simple permanent tissue is made up of single type of cell. Here complex permanent tissue made up of more than one type of cells. Here these complex permanent tissues are divided into xylem and phloem. Okay, this complex permanent tissue also known as vascular tissue or conducting tissue because they are involved in the movement of various substances in the plant body. This movement is known as translocation. Okay, first we'll learn about the xylem. Xylem is a dead tissue and complex permanent tissue helps in the conduction of water and minerals. Water and minerals from the soil, it has to reach to different parts, right? It is carried by the xylem tissue. And this xylem tissue gives mechanical support. It is a heterogeneous tissue. Why it is called as heterogeneous tissue? Because it is made up of 4 different types of cellular elements, namely xylem trachea, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. The xylem trachea and xylem trachea are non-living component. They are essential or conducting cells, help in translocation of water and minerals. The xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma are living component. They are associated element which provide support to the plant. Next, we'll move on to the phloem. Phloem is a living tissue, complex permanent tissue, and helps in the conduction of food. When the xylem is conducting the water and minerals, phloem is conducting food and other organic substances. Then even the phloem is a heterogeneous tissue made up of 4 different types of cellular elements, namely sieve elements, companion cells, phloem fibers, and phloem parenchyma. Here, sieve elements and companion cells are essential or conducting cells. Phloem fibers and phloem parenchyma are associated or non-conducting cells. This is the diagram of xylem and this is the diagram of phloem. Xylem conducts water and minerals and phloem conducts food and other organic substances. Thank you.